Thank you very much. As is our custom, we are required, before we take up any ordinance for consideration, to have a public hearing on the matter. And we have several people who've signed up to speak. I'd like to lay out the ground rules. Each person who has signed up to speak on this ordinance, or for that matter, any other ordinance that we discuss on our agenda this afternoon, will be given 2 minutes to speak. We only ask that you go to the podium on my right or on my left, and then at the end of your 2 minutes, should you have to take that long, you'll hear a bell, and we ask that you respectfully end your testimony at that time, because for most of you, it'll be several other people waiting to speak afterwards, and we have also a full agenda. It's not for us to be disrespectful if we cut anybody off. It's just that we have to get through our agenda on this later this afternoon. With that, I'd like to call the first three people on my list. They are Maya Jacobson, Sam Bellamio, and Alex Zimmerman. Mia. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I just want to begin that it's frustrating that you speak about running out of time when you guys are running 20 minutes late every meeting. If you were on time, maybe we'd have more time, just to point that out again. Having to do with the new multi-sports arena, again, you're authorizing the King County Executive to enter into an agreement. He never meets with the people. He never is questioned by the people. He has no real public relationship with the people. So, again, I'm questioning his agreements of anything, because there's no way for him to be accountable for his decisions, not ever meeting with the people. So more specifically relating to the arena, I want to make it clear that StandUP-America isn't against the arena. However, we are against an incredible financial obligation that leaves countless human health services dangerously underfunded to the point of closure. There's a lot of other stuff that's happening alongside this arena, and this decision will affect those. And if this is what the people want, our government must provide, but have the stakes of this decision had been made clear. Do arena supporters know that Seattle's homeless population is asking for $48,000 in bus tickets so they can get their lives back on track, that clinics are being closed, services are being cut? I mean, we're running out of money, and the fact that we're going to promise all this money for a field of dreams, really, that I mean, we're running out of more money now than we were when we had the Sonics, when we lost them. So I'm not sure if we even know that all the tickets can be sold to keep this afloat. I mean, what are the priorities of the council members? When you won't talk about your failures to take care of the people, when you'll flood the social consciousness with these snazzy projects that may not be for our good, because we don't know all the information. We don't know where this money could be spent, all the people that could be taken care of with this $200 million that we've found. I mean, I know that you guys are doing this because it's in the personality of government to protect your reputation, because it's better for business. But I want to remind you that you're not in the business of selling us our dreams at unknown costs. You're in the business of protecting us, of informing us, of guiding us with the most responsible actions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mia. Sam Bellamio.
Yep. My name is Sam Bellamio. I'm here with StandUP-America. And I will start the same way Mia did in saying that because you started 20 minutes late, you've taken our time away. We had to pay for that 20 minutes of parking, and we still have yet had Kathy Lambert here on time, or Jane Haig. But I thank you, Dunn, for being here, and Von Reichenbauer. While we were waiting for the council to start, you two were at your tables waiting for it to start. So I'm telling the council that you need to start being here on time and stop wasting our time. Because this arena deal, $200 million we're putting forth, Seattle and King County. We have the bus fares that people are needing to get to their shelters. You're starting to talk about it today, but that should be more on top of the issue than this arena. This arena is give them entertainment so they ignore the problems. 10,000 people homeless every single night. 1 in 4 children in Washington State go hungry. What are we doing when we just talk about, we can find $200 million to support an arena? We can raise taxes in King County, and then Seattle's also raising taxes again to support an arena. But we can't raise taxes to help our most needy. 50% of Americans are considered low income right now. That's 150 million people. And yet we continue to talk about that top 50%, the ones that might be able to afford those tickets to go to those games. Make sure they have their entertainment. But what about the bread for the poor? What about us citizens that want to see our community grow? That can't grow because our social services are diminishing, because we have less return in taxes. Every year, budget shortfalls are talked about. While we raise your salaries above $135,000, Dow Constantine above $200,000, more than, what would that be, like 5 times, 6 times more than the average citizen? Why are we paying all our money to aristocrats to be in this administrative position and not taking care of the citizens? At what point do you wake up and start being a citizen again? At what point do you stop making campaign promises and start making realities? When do we get that? I have yet to hear that. We've been coming for so long without one of you uptaking in arms against one of the issues we bring up. Because you can't. Because it makes your face look ugly to one side or the other. Because you play the political game. I'm on the left, I'm on the right. Well, what about our society that you're neglecting by just talking about this arena? $200 million was found for arena. $48,000 for a bus ticket can't be found? Ridiculous.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Zimmerman?
Yes, thank you very much. My name is Alex Zimmerman and I represent StandUP-America. And StandUP-America stands for ordinary people. Guys, what has happened right now, tyranny what is we have right now, come to pure fascism with gangster Gestapo principle. This is not a simple what is you thinking, because people dying with this new principle what is you built for last 25 years. What is I know. Is this exactly what has happened. $100 million for entertainment, nothing changed. Life expectancy, for example, who fallen and fallen and fallen. And a couple days ago have new life expectancy for white people, for poor white people who fallen and fallen and fallen. So people dying, and you not support these people? Who can live without basketball? I live without basketball and football for almost 40 years right now. You see, I'm okay. But without food, without shelter, without medicine, people cannot live. You don't understand this? Why you don't understand this for last 25 years? I'm totally confused. Is this very hard? Or your mental condition change right now? You don't know what is you doing? Or this all your personal opinion about what is better for your personal life? But you forgot, we elect you for protect us, a citizen of United States of America. That's not exactly what is you doing right now. So question very simple right now. When we come back to America, what is we lose for last 25 years? When we start care about people like we cared before. In America, very unique situation. 60% people mid class. No history, human history have this before. You destroy this right now totally. 150 million people, 50% totally poor. People die and never come to social security because there's not enough money for food, for medicine, for shelter. You not listen this. Can you change your mentality? Can you come back and be a real American? What is America? Show to all world what is exactly America. What is exactly Constitution, what is we have. So protect us, protect the Constitution. Be a real representative of people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Zimmerman. The next three speakers. Thank you very much. Does the amendment have 1 on it? Amendment number 1? Okay, thank you. This is an ordinance, so I'd like to start off by asking, is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak to this ordinance?
Brand new video. We now have
Oh, okay. Sam Bellamio, this is an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute an agreement with the Backbone Community Solar.
Yep. So I was going to speak number 8, which had to deal with the executive, but this one deals with the executive too, and it still pertains to it. Because while you're creating bills, we're trying to create change. And I was thinking about that when we're sitting there, because we're trying to change the paradigm. The executive is about to go into an agreement. He made, for the arena, just to bring it up for 1 second, he made a $600,000 investment to investigate that without prior consent from the public or people having a chance to say something to him. So he's going into this agreement without the public having a chance to say anything to him. And that causes the difference of what you're trying to do, just create this ordinance to allow him, and the change that I'm talking about. I'm talking about our elected officials being responsible to answering to the people. We have the First Amendment right to the freedom of speech. But what if we never have that chance for freedom of speech? What if that chance is never given to us? We're in a complete tyranny. That is the problem with allowing the executive in any lease. That is the problem with allowing the executive to operate continually without ever addressing the people or allowing the people to address him. It is upon the legislative body to start helping to force the executive body to start acting on behalf of the Constitution. We have over 100 judges in the Seattle-King County area that are all elected. Not one of them are to answer to the people, ever. They can make campaign promises, but we can't question those. At what point do we get to question them? When they can make all these promises. So Dow Constantine, King County Executive, because he'll be out or in sooner or later, he'll be out of the position, and then the next guy won't be answerable to the people. So I'm not asking you to talk about him, I'm talking about the position. And your job as a legislative body to start mandating that we get our freedom of speech back. Start mandating that we, the people, have power over the instrument that we created, our government. I have power over my government, and yet I am held to tyranny. I'm never allowed to have freedom of speech to tell him something.
Never?
Ever. I never get to tell him anything. The executive of King County. Never once has he had a Q&A. So what I want to propose is that you tell him and make for yourselves a rule that you have to hold, every elected official has to hold one Q&A per quarter, 4 times per year, where the people can address you directly and you'll answer me and tell me, instead of doing this, you can speak before we vote thing. Because if I speak before you vote, you already have your vote set in stone. You have your speeches written before we get to speak. Therefore, you've already made up your mind. Does that make sense? We don't have freedom of speech anymore. We have a puppet, a show, a game that you play. So please make it a requirement that you have to be answerable to the people. The executive has to be answerable to people, and the judicial branch has to be listen to the people and answer back to them. Thank you.
Okay. And then I like when you're reading that Constitution to look at the difference between the executive, judicial, and legislative branches, so that you won't be so confused.
Good job. I wish you would read it once.
Go ahead, Mr. Zimmerman.
Yes, thank you very much. Tyranny? No, guys, it's not a tyranny. You're a clown. It's exactly what we have. We have a circus. What does remind me probably, I don't know who, Soviet Union, German Nazi, something like this. In different way, like organized criminal, you know what I mean? You were all staying together. So situation very simple right now. Seattle mayor have town hall meeting every month, twice per month. No executive, no judges, no prosecutor or sheriff or council, you know what I mean, have this example. Guys, it's a nightmare. Why we have collapse? Because you totally ignore people.
Is there anything you want to say about the lease agreement with Backbone Community Solar?
Yeah, exactly. I want exactly told you about this. It's exactly what is point. Because before something happen, you need something talk to people, by the people and for the people. It's never happened. We've been talking about this for a long time. Because when you establish policy, what is every elected official can do in this 4 times per year, every quarter town hall meeting answer to question. So maybe this problem, what is we have right now, you know what I mean, and what is you talking? We can speak about this with people in somebody elected official will be answer to us. So problem what has come to this agenda and another 100 agenda can be explained before to the people, not after. Is a problem what is we have. For this we collapse. Because you not only corrupt, you bring system to totally absurd. This is exactly what is we ask you, make a policy. So everybody can speak not like a mayor of Seattle twice per month, but minimum 4 times per year, every quarter, like all civilized corporation doing. Quarters gone, respond to people, talk to people, talk to your workers, talk to somebody, talk about what is you did for last quarter. It's never happened. For this we have a collapse. You want doing this? Yeah, I ask you, we will doing this?
I would do that whenever somebody shows me where you have not had an opportunity to talk directly to your elected officials 162 times in the last year. Thank you. Your time is
How
up.
many times you talk last time to your people?
Your time's up.
Thanks.
We're now on agenda item number 10. The clerk, I'd like to call on the clerk to read it into the record.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman. We're on item 9.
No, 10.
9.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Now I'd like to call on Councilmember McDermott to move that on. I'm sorry, Ms. McDermott, I got a little flustered.